Allow me to read half of it, and then I will speak the rest. It is good to be back here at the Kenyatta International Conference Center, the birthplace of the Memorandum of Understanding between Kenya Kwanza UDA and ODM. Exactly 1 year and 3 days ago, my brother, the late Right Honorable Raila Odinga, and I agreed to work together in the national interest for the benefit of our country. Although our brother Raila is no longer with us physically, his wisdom, foresight, and enduring commitment to the nation continues to guide our shared journey ahead. The values we stood for, dialogue, unity, and the pursuit of justice and progress for all Kenyans, remains firmly alive. I am encouraged that the ODM party, now under the leadership of Dr. Oburu Oginga, remains steadfast in upholding the principles Raila Odinga stood for. Together, we honor Raila's legacy through our continued commitment to the ideals he championed for the unity and advancement of our country. Our coming together 1 year ago was guided by one overriding objective: to stabilize our country and to address long-standing socio-economic and political challenges. For too long, our politics had been consumed and trapped by division, tribal competition, and regional rivalry instead of focusing on the real issues affecting the lives of all Kenyans equally. Together, we resolved to change that. Today's joint parliamentary group meeting between the two parties is therefore significant, not only because it reflects the spirit of that agreement, but also because of the responsibility we carry as leaders to deliver on commitments made to the people of Kenya. We had planned to mark the first anniversary of the signing of the MOU on the 7th of March by assessing the progress made in implementing the agreed agenda. However, as you all know, in the days leading up to that date, our nation suffered a tragic loss. We lost a distinguished member of parliament, the late Honorable Johanna Ngeno of Emurua Digir, who was a committed member of this parliamentary group and a dedicated servant of the people. Were it not for the fatal helicopter crash, the Honorable Ngeno would have been seated here with us today. May his soul rest in peace. Ladies and gentlemen, the MOU between UDA and ODM was built around a 10-point agenda, drawing largely from the recommendations of the National Dialogue Committee, or commonly known as NATCO. These agenda items address critical national issues, including electoral reforms, the cost of living, governance, and economic stability. Following the signing of the MOU, we immediately began implementing the agreed programs. I am pleased with the report that has been presented here today by the Oversight Committee, highlighting the progress made across the 10 agenda items during the past year. The progress we have made is evident across several areas. Our country today enjoys greater stability, and the partnership has created an environment in which government programs can proceed without unnecessary political disruption. Opportunities for our young people are expanding, with government programs now reaching hundreds of thousands of young people across the nation. Through initiatives in housing, health, agriculture, education, the digital and creative economy, as well as the labor mobility programs, we are deliberately expanding new avenues for employment. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to paraphrase because I have been particularly meticulous in trying to find out where we are in the process of implementing the 10-point agenda. And just for the record, the 10-point agenda was not imposed on us. The 10-point agenda was our commitment, voluntary commitment between our parties in respect to the people of Kenya. There are some people who want to appoint themselves supervisors, as if we made the commitment to them. We did not make the commitment to them. We made the commitment to the people of Kenya. And our responsibility and reporting is to the people of Kenya. And let me say the following. We did this, and we set the standard very high ourselves because we believe that is what we should do for the people of Kenya. Not because anybody forced us, not because anybody imposed it on us, but it is because it is our commitment that Kenyans deserve a higher standard of leadership and delivery. I know the matters of NADCO has been spoken very ably by the presenters of the report. We all agree that one of the most pertinent issues in NADCO was the issue of electoral reforms, and especially the appointment of commissioners to the IEBC. You remember very well that that was a very big debate. Today, we have gone through the process. The court processes have been dispensed with, and today we have a functioning Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. It has already conducted several by-elections, and as a show of confidence in this broad-based administration, all the parliamentary elections that have been held have been won by broad-based. I said all of them. Yes. Just for good record, and we are not, Atusemi, that's what it is. Yeah, those are the facts. In fact, the last by-elections that were held, of the 4 seats that were in contest, broad-based won all of them. Again, for good record. But that is not what I'm trying to say here. I'm trying to say that we are faithful to our commitment. On matters to do with legislation that is there in Parliament, we know there has been back and forth between the 2 houses. We will be recommending in this PG that we have a broad-based negotiating team. One that is going to sit with both houses of Parliament, comprising membership from both houses of Parliament. Because if broad-based decides, Parliament will decide. Is that true? Yes. Because we have the numbers to drive it through both houses of Parliament. So I want us to raise the standard a bit so that we establish a broad-based negotiating committee or mediation committee to assist us on all the items that have been presented for legislation in Parliament by NADCO. One has already been dispensed with. The matter of NGCDF. The courts have given direction, and therefore the legislation that had been presented to Parliament is now what the lawyers called functors of issue. I mean, it's been dispensed with. So we now need to pick on what the directions court has given to do the rest of the funds. Let me speak specifically to some 6 or 7 critical issues that I have distilled from the report that was presented to us, especially on those 6 or 7 issues. Number one is inclusivity, and especially the matter of cost of living. The people of Kenya have spoken with clarity on how they want our country to be much more inclusive, and for us to be able to have a society that leaves nobody behind. We have done 5 issues on this subject of inclusivity and cost of living. Number one, we now have a policy on the marginalized in Kenya. We have provided bursaries for their children. We have provided many other interventions that will assist minorities, people who are perceived to be marginalized, for them to be brought into the bracket and so that they are not left behind.